Welcome. We're back on the YouTube, but this is a bit of a special one as this is in English. Our normal content, Swedish content. But we have a school project. I'm gonna make a tutorial on how to do this, how to run. So, well, that was a bit goofy, and the camera, it shook a little bit, but that's fine. Let's go. So we're gonna start with probably the most important, the single most important aspect of knowing how to run is quite obviously knowing how to walk. But this guide will also continue. Will also contain a few tips and tricks on how to train properly, what to eat, what to not eat, and also tips on resting and how much you should actually work out when you're running. This is not. I think it is important to mention the fact that this is not. I am not a professional. I'm just doing this for fun. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I hope the mic isn't trashed because it's quite windy out here. So, how to walk? Yeah, the lighting is a bit off here, but I hope you will be fine. So, how to walk? Well, you start off with your two legs like this, something like this, and the first thing you want to do is raise the leg you have behind. Whether it's the right or the left leg doesn't really matter, but just the leg you're having behind, it will usually come natural what leg you put behind in a starting position like this, and then you want to raise that leg slowly but surely. You want to put your knees like a 90 degree towards the rest of your body, so something like this. Go down flat on your foot. Maybe start with landing with your toes, but the majority of the landing is going to be on the middle of the foot, and then you do the same thing with the other leg, and so on. And I also sincerely hope that the mic actually works for this clip, so I don't have to redo it. I would probably end up releasing it even if it's trash, and well, that's gonna be unfortunate for you guys because I don't really have the time to redo it, and quite a common theme will be me complaining. But I hope you can bear with me, and also my co-channel member will probably complain that this video is trash, but I don't really care. So now I want you to try out the loop of walking a couple of times so you feel confident with that. This also is dependent on the fact that you have enough muscles in your legs and aren't disabled by any means. But if you could watch this just for fun, or to teach your kids or your parents or whatever on how to run. So yeah, and I hope you've tried walking now, and when you've got that done, you want to pick up the speed until you have something looking and feeling more like this. So now we're at the part where I'm supposed to talk about tips and tricks for running and how to improve. Also, one other thing, once you got the walking loop going, the landing looks a little bit different. It is also dependent on whether you do short runs or long runs, as well. It's going to be more comfortable landing on your toes if you run with steps with a shorter interval than if you run or a bit longer distances like I do. So yeah, I will not show you that, but okay, I will show you. So when you run shorter like that, whilst when you're running long distance, you want to kind of do a little starting on your heels, going down into the middle of the foot, and then releasing again, releasing that energy made in here, the movement energy made in here, press upwards like this with your foot. I also do apologize if the camera is a bit, yeah, I don't have a selfie stick. I'm holding the phone in my hand right now, so it's a bit hard to do it this properly, as I'm also, well, alone. But I hope you can bear with me somewhat and find this guide at least a bit enjoyable. So yeah, remember, this kind of like this if you're running faster, and like this, landing on your heels, going down the middle of the foot, and this, you're running a bit longer. Now you don't want to do something like crazy like that, but you want to be more, you want the heel part isn't, well, at least I find that the heel part isn't as important when you're running faster. See, then you go something like this, like that. So now we have the arguably most important basics of the running. Well, now when we have that part done,
we're going to talk about some, at least tips and tricks that I have learned. Man, but he's not a bodybuilder or powerlifter. He has also previously, yeah, he has a lot of experience in running before, so I have found him as a pretty good source for the information that I've got. So, well, the most important thing, say you're completely new to running, which this guide is based on, you want to take it very, very slowly. I realized I should probably been holding it up like this and not like this for the entirety of the video, and I will probably keep that in because, well, this is me learning. So well, yeah, well, yeah, take it slow. That's the most important tip. You don't wanna kill yourself on your first run, as it can, well, both impact your motivation quite heavily, and, well, it can, if you're unlucky, you can end up getting hurt. All right. So that's one of the few, and the, at least if you ask me, arguably most important tip, right? And if you feel like you're, yeah, tip number 2 is to find a place, a good place where you want to run, where you feel, well, comfortable, you feel like it's a decent enough distance. And then for the, say I have a 2-kilometer run, I will not convert that to miles, as I'm, well, 2 kilometers is, I think, roughly 0.8 or 0.9, I'm not sure, but something like that, if there's any Americans watching this. So yeah, but say you have starting off with a 2-kilometer run, you ideally want to do just that run until you feel like, until you don't have any trouble at all doing that. So say you can run that with you not feeling incredibly, with you not feeling very tired at all. Then you can move on to, say, maybe trying out 4 kilometers and go up like that. Then, yeah, there is definitely importance in variation, in doing variated runs, like maybe doing 2 kilometers one day and 4 kilometers the other day. So yeah, once you feel like you're somewhat comfortable with your running, which I have actually started feeling, which is quite nice, and I forget to hold the camera good. Well, I'm learning, so, and I hope you will learn something with me today. Yeah, so once you've done that, yeah, you can start experimenting yourself a little bit. And if you feel like this is kind of weirdly spread out information that doesn't really say a lot to you, I can understand that. But yes, this video's purpose is mostly to motivate you to start working out more, especially if you're a person watching this just because you're watching YouTube, not because you want to learn how to run. But yeah, if there is any professionals that somehow found this video, please leave a comment, as I would really happily like to know what professionals have to say, both to my information and to me, to help me improve my running, as I've been consistently running for about two and a half months now, maybe close to 3. So, and it has definitely had some very positive effect on my health, as well. I have been a person watching YouTube just to watch YouTube, not with any particular purpose or anything. So, well, I hope you can find help with this video. So yeah, that was me being a bit personal and talking all over random stuff. But now we'll get into another aspect of the running, which is the food, right? I'm quite inexperienced with the food itself, as I haven't been training. Yeah, I haven't been training a lot, but I could. Yeah, I can show you a picture of my current schedule that I use with 2-week intervals, and maybe, might explain it. So there's that, and so yeah, that's something I made up with my dad, and I find it working very well. But I still haven't experiencing like the lack of protein, grains, or calories or whatever. But remember, yeah, the tip I can give you basically is, well, eat a balanced diet. You don't want to, yeah, it's the classic, eat your vegetables, don't eat too much sugar, and so on and so forth. But the personal tip I can give you from my experience is not running immediately after eating something, because through my running I have been experiencing a lot of problems, and I am incredibly sensitive, like a lot of problems with my stomach, and I have noticed that I'm incredibly sensitive to eating. Like, yeah, I need to wait at least an hour if I have like eaten, say, a major meal like breakfast or lunch. I need to wait at least 1 to 2 hours before I can run properly without feeling hurt, without having stomach pains, which I don't think per se are dangerous, but they make the running itself a lot more. Yeah, they make the running itself a lot more convenient without, not having that. You can also, there's also exercises where you can to work out your core, which is this. This is not a part of your stomach, in case you didn't know. This is the chest. So yeah, that's basically the food tip. You don't want to eat a lot before going out on a run. But say you're someone like me who works out most after school most of the time, which is also when I'm recording this. You want to, if your last meal was your lunch, which I assume for most is around like 11:30 or something. Yes, something like that for most people. And you say have school to like 2 or 3. You ideally would like to eat something, but that's something you will also have to find out yourself, how sensitive you are to eating before, right before a run and so on. Yeah, I'm leaving a lot of this to you. I hope you don't feel overwhelmed by that. But that's what tips I can give you, really. And now for the third and last major part of this video, there will be one more thing I'll just mention quickly. But first, a factor that I find quite overlooked for many fitness influencers, though I haven't been following many regularly, so I hope there's no one raging at me right now. But that's actually the resting part, especially of running, but of working out as well. Because you see, the resting is a incredibly important part of the running. Because you say you have a lot of motivation, and yeah, you feel like you're capable of running for, let's say, an entire week. You run your 2 kilometers every day of the week. Yeah, that you might not feel the consequences immediately, but say you're a complete beginner, like I was 2.5 months ago. You want to take that trust the process, right? You want to take it quite slow in the beginning, because, well, if you don't have any other workout history, your body might feel, your body isn't used to this movement, right? Your body might not even be capable of it, even if your brain can push you through it. Your body might feel exhausted, and if you do this for multiple weeks, remember, this is really important. This is the arguably most important educational part of the video, right? Yeah. If you do that for, say, 2 weeks, you might not be able to. Yeah, you might not recover, as doing something like that might get you permanently really badly hurt. So don't. But I still only train out. I work out 4 times a week, as you saw on the schedule, as you saw on my schedule previously. So yeah, 4 times a week. That's not a lot. I'm definitely capable of working out 6 times a week, but because yes, there's a lot of work with school, right? There's a lot of work with school, so I want to have time to focus on that as well. And I also, I want to have some free time to, well, play video games, be with friends, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I think for beginners, I think doing 4 times a week could work out. If you feel like that's a bit too much, go down to 3. And when you start to feel like, when you've been running for a while, maybe you go up to 5 times a week. I do not, even if you are a professional, I don't think you should be running 6 times a week, unless that's maybe your career or something, which I think for most of you it is not. But yeah, you also remember with the resting, you don't want to have say your phone near you to get a proper sleep schedule and so on and so forth. Yeah, this is most likely not new information, okay? Yeah, you want to have at least 8 hours of rest, so on, to also perform optimally in school or at work. And well, I think that's the most, that's what I have to say on the topic of resting. But now there's two more important parts about the running, And that is, that is firstly equipment, and secondly the stretching. We're actually gonna start off with the stretching, as that's easier to show you. So the stretching is, you want to often stretch at least some part of your body after your workout is finished. No, it doesn't have to be overkill, but the stretching is more important the longer you run. So, well, I'm gonna have to Google this because I don't know the English word. I'll put it here. I'll put it here on the screen so you can see it. Yeah, that will be released after you stop, and you want to stretch to get rid of it, to not feel so that your muscles, so your muscles are healthy. There is a word for it, Swedish. Don't know the appropriate thing in English. Yeah, we'll see if I end up actually doing it or not. Yeah, if I know me, I'll probably not end up doing it. But well, it's gonna be quite tough to go. Yeah, because I'm gonna edit this video. I wonder if I'll keep this in. Probably not, but I'll edit this. I'm going home now to edit this video so that it can be released tomorrow. This is recorded on a Monday, but it will be released on YouTube tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I would assume, as that's when my English teacher wants this to be done. So, about we're gonna skip the stretching for now, as I will show you a couple of exercises. Alright, I will try to show you a couple of exercises that I do after pretty much every running workout. But now for the equipment. The most obvious one is dressing accordingly, right? That's an arguably pretty important life lesson. You don't want to be running around like this. Yeah, this is a picture of me in quite a fancy outfit, but say you're going to a funeral, you might want to wear that outfit I just showed you. But then, what do you want to wear when you're running? I'm currently wearing this simple shirt. I'll probably end up editing in what material this is, and I'm wearing pretty simple black shorts and Nike running shoes that are actually completely new. And by the way, this is not a sponsorship, but I really like it, so you should probably go check them out. Yeah, that's what I wear. Yeah, this is my average training clothes, but you could, these are dedicated training clothes, right? I don't wear them anywhere other than my sport class and running. But if you don't have this, or if you don't have proper running shoes, you can definitely go with regular shoes. And well, if you're someone that will only run maybe once a week, I don't think investing into running shoes actually is worth it. But for me, running 4 times a week, getting these is that's been a really good upgrade. And well, you can really just run with any shirt that you like and any pair of shorts or whatever. I personally don't recommend running in full pants, because or trousers for the British out there, as it's not gonna feel, it's not appropriate for once, and it also, yeah, you will sweat a lot, and yeah, then you ideally want to keep on shorts. Right. There's also, if you start to run really long distances, there's water bottle belts. I'm gonna try to find a good picture to put in on the screen so that you understand what I mean. But that's pretty much it for equipment, basically. So now for the last part of the video, really, I'm gonna show you a few stretching exercises that I use regularly on my workouts. There's gonna be an epic here. Starting off with this thing. This is an I use this outside rowing machine as like. So I will put up my leg like this, and this is to stretch your. This is just to stretch your muscles. Your muscles here. I don't know the English, but if you know what I mean, please let me know in the comments or just Google it. But yeah, this is to stretch here. I usually go, nowadays I go for like about 25 to 30 seconds per leg. You want to switch after, yeah. But I started out with 20 seconds, which is what I personally would recommend for you if you are a complete beginner running. So, secondly, we have wonderful. Oh no, this is gonna be hard to film without a selfie stick or something, but I will do my best. So you wanna grab on to like, say a ledge or something to hold on to, basically, and then you want to start. I do it with two hands when not filming, but you will I can't do that now, basically. So then you want to. Yeah, this is gonna be incredibly hard to show. I think I might end up editing in a picture here. I am sorry for the inconvenience, but yeah, this is what I had to do. So, the last one, I recommend going for 2 seconds on each side. Yeah, you will end up switching sides, right? So that's pretty much it for the video. Yes, my coach and member said I should do a fast outro, so hope you learned something, and well, don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we upload epic content, especially our vlog. This is not a fast outro, but I will still keep it in because if you click off, you're lazy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Good.